Alright, Shalom, Makim Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruchakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teach the word in our true faith sincerity. And yeah, as you can see the title of this lesson, the animalistic traits of the Edomites. Because we understand that the Bible is full of dark sayings and parables. Matter of fact, let me just get the scripture on that. Because if it would have just said the Edomites, even in that, it would have said the Lord's going to, instead of Babylon, or instead of saying the eagle or anything, it just said none but Edomites. Guess what? This devil would have been got rid of the scriptures, man. But throughout all the scriptures, it's none but dark sayings and parables. Sometimes this devil is known as different animals, you know, because those are the different traits that the Edomites have, you know, especially a beast, which a beast is pretty much it lacks the other two senses. Matter of fact, let me get this Proverbs and then I go back and explain that beast. This is Proverbs 1. And in verse 5, it said, "A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man that understandeth shall attain unto wise counsels." Yeah, because this is nothing that you can just pretty much take light, man. These are wise counsels. You gotta pretty much, when these dark sayings are coming out, that's the best time to keep your ears open, man. You know, and close your mouth and have your ears open, man, to attain to the wise counsels. It says, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. See, we hearken unto these wise counsels to understand the proverb and interpretation thereof. See, because guess what? It's a lot of things that is not meant to take literal, man. But it's a lot of things that are it's a lot of things that is literal, but it's also a lot more things that are figurative. And sometimes the scriptures are twofold, threefold, you know what I mean? You know? It says to understand the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The dark sayings, man, what is pretty much is meant to go over your head, man. You know? So the Lord he compared this devil to many different creatures, man. You know, it's on the face of the earth. That's why the Lord, you know, you gotta consider these certain animals, like the Lord always said, consider the ant, because of these different traits that the Lord's creation have. Now, dealing with that beast, pretty much that beast is it lacks the two senses, you know, because we have the five senses. We all have the five senses, but the Lord gave man extra two senses, man. Matter of fact, let's just get this Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 17, and I start at 1. The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again. See, meaning what? We're gonna pretty much break down back into the elements. Once this body perish, it breaks back down to the elements of the earth, man. You know, it's like an ecosystem, man. You know, ain't nothing going to waste pretty much when you're out by Shemashai. You know, it says he gave them few days and a short time and power over all the things therein. See, he endured them with strength by themselves and made them according to his image. Meaning what? Speaking on the image, is talking about this knowledge, man. The understanding, you know, and that's not all. And that's not all, man. That's pretty much talking about the Israelites for real, because the other nations don't have the image of the Lord, man. They're not walking with the Most High. They ain't got the zeal for the Lord. These other nations don't have no limit. You know, at least Jake, you know, he'll do wicked things, but that's a certain limit Jake will go to, man. You know, it says, and put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over beasts and fowls. They received the use of the five operations of the Lord. See, the operations to see, to hear, to to touch, to taste, and I think to smell, man. Those are five senses. It says, and in the sense he imparted them understanding, and in the seventh speech, an interpreter of the cogitations thereof. See, it says counsel, and a tongue, and eyes, and ears, and a heart he gave them to understand. See, understanding, man. With these devils, they pretty much, they got their knowledge on the left hand side, but as you can see, the planet Earth is deteriorating through their knowledge, man, through their understanding, man. You know, matter of fact, this is Ecclesiastes 10. So Rock chapter 10, and I think it's and 3. Yeah, Rock 10 and 3 saying, an unwise king destroyeth his people. See, the unwise king meaning what? He have no understanding, man. And to destroy of his people. That's why this devil is known as a beast, man. He's a brute beast, which the word beast goes into a stupid person as well. Because these Edomites, they have all this different technology. The Lord have gave them the understanding of that, you know. But also they have seen the power of these chariots, man, and they feel like they still is going to be able to overcome, you know, the different, like the land sabbaths, whatever, you know, the scripture that was written to keep the earth in a tip top shape. This devil has totally went against that, and now you see the results, as you can see it in the people, man. They are being destroyed. The immune system broken down by the air they breathe in, the water they drink, the food they eat, and also their mind as well, man, of what this devil have been pushing out, you know, which, matter of fact, let's go to the characteristics. This is Genesis chapter 3 and 1. Let's get that. This is Genesis 3 and 1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. See, because we are known as beasts as well, you know. But the Lord gave us the extra two senses. What's the let's get that again. Let's get that again. He gave us the extra two senses, man. You know, so like it. Let me just get that one more time. Because he made us above all the rest of the beasts. That's why you read Genesis about the creation on the fifth day. We was created on the fifth day as well, man. But we're the top of all the beasts, man. So it says it's 17:5. Yeah, it says the extra two understanding. I mean the extra two operations is understanding and interpretation and speech and interpretation, man. See, the beasts don't have that. We do though. This the common beast, but man do, man. You know. So the Lord made this devil pretty much, because the serpent goes into wisdom, being cunning. You know, and you can be cunning or prudent. It's a balance with prudence, with wisdom. It's either on the right hand or in the left hand. And in this case, this serpent was subtle in a bad sense. You know, so it says now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. See, so this is talking about a nation of people, pretty much. Really the Edomites, man, because they are cunning. They are subtle, man. It tells you that the heart is deep. Matter of fact, let's keep that. I think that's Psalms 78, I believe. Said their heart is deep, because these devils, they have the knowledge on the left hand side, you know, but they it's catching up with them. It's catching up with them pretty much, because how they run the planet Earth, man. You see that they have no understanding. Yeah, they can make a cell phone and make an airplane, but look at the condition of the earth, man. Look at the condition of the earth. You can't tell me that this guy is wise. You know what I mean? Let's see if this is it. Yeah, this is Psalm 64 and 6. It said, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. See, meaning what these does extensive research. You know what I mean? And they dive into things, man. So Esau is not a light guy. You know what I mean? That's why he's known as a serpent, man. But it's on the left hand side. You know what I mean? Which that's an animalistic trait, because pretty much this devil, once he hits you, once he bites you, because there's a lot of snakes, pretty much, because the Lord bad, there's a lot of snakes that's poison, and they grab you and they just hold on to you. Or like constrictors, they grab you and they tie you and they squeeze your life out of you. These different traits of the so-called white man. You got some Edomites that like are boa constrictors, they grab you and they squeeze the life out you. It's certain Edomites that are poisonous, that grab you, and they just cling on to you. After a while, you just stop moving. But it's also other poisonous serpents, pretty much, that bite you and they let you go. And they'll just follow you until the venom kick in, man. These are the traits of the Edomites by the way of this system, man. By the way of this system, this beast system, this devil, through his prudence, his left-handed wisdom, is gonna, devour you, man. And that's how a snake eats. He's devoured. He don't chew, take a bite, chew, or swallow. This serpent devours you from the head. Yeah, that's how they start out. That's why they took the man out the household, man. By the way, they start off with the head first, man. And once you see the feet, that's ain't no way you coming back from that, man. So let's see. So that's one trait of this devil is the serpent, man. Let me see if I can find something, because these are the dark sayings of the Lord, man. Because just like now in modern day, how Jake, when we call somebody a snitch, you can call him a snitch, but what else is another word for him? A rat, man. You call somebody that's a snitch, you say he's a rat, man. Or even in that, you say a guy that's what's the word? Grimy, a shiesty. You say that guy's a snake, man. Let's see if I can find this real quick. Yep, this is a quick example, because the Lord pretty much called Herod a fox, man. Why is that? Because that's one of the characteristics of the Edomites. A fox is cunning, So this is St. Luke 13:31. It said, the same day that came certain of the Pharisees, saying unto them, get thee out and depart hence, for Herod will kill thee. And he said unto them, go ye and tell that fox. See, man, what? Go tell that. He tell it, because that's pretty much. Those are different derogatory terms in the ancient world. Even the Lord Yahushua, he called Israel scorpions, man. Those are derogatory terms, man. And those these different animals, these different traits carry a bad name of them, man, because of their the traits, man. Just like an eagle, which Lord will get that. The eagle is a proud bird. It is the pretty much the highest flying bird, and it's also a filthy animal as well. It's proud and it's filthy, man. And it's always looking. It's not is always looking afar off. The eagle eye is always looking afar off. That's why the Edomites are always in someone else's land, man. Wherever America's at, when you can see, if you see a McDonald's anywhere on the planet Earth, that lets you know America's been there, man. You know, because that's how the eagle sees afar off, man. Meaning where it's always in other spots instead of where it's supposed to be, man. You know, it says, and he said unto them, Go ye and tell that fox, Behold, I cast out devils, and I do curses today. And I do cures today, and tomorrow, and the third day shall I be perfected. Yeah, man. So he told him, he pretty much called Herod a fox, man. You know. So, matter of fact, let's see. Matter of fact, because I said something about that beast. Let's get that in Ezra's. Because when Daniel seen the four beasts, those was those kingdoms, man. That was those kingdoms, man. You know, but you see, they was all represented as beasts because guess what? All these other these different kingdoms had one thing in common. They all failed. You know, they didn't have no understanding because if they went by the scriptures, what the Bible says, they would never fall, man. You know, so they had a lack of understanding to a certain extent, man. You know, even though it takes wisdom to rule, but what type of wisdom it's a certain type of wisdom to keep you in rulership, man. You know, so this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 12, and I started matter of fact, 2nd Ezra 12, and I started it says, Therefore will I now beseech thee highest that he will comfort me unto the end. And I said, Lord, that bearers rule, I have found grace before thy sight, and if I am justified with thee before many others, and if my prayers indeed come up before thy face, comfort me then, and show me thy servant the interpretation, and which is with that dream. We're actually going to go into it. It said the interpretation and plain differences of this fearful vision, that thou mayest perfectly comfort my soul, for thou hast judged me worthy to show me the last time. See, and that's why Daniel praised Yahweh Shema Shah when he seen that the four beasts, because those are the four major kingdoms. You know, though I said he removed kings and set up kings, because now we in that last beast, man. We you know what I mean? We're in the best times ever, man. Why? Because this is the last rulership of these devils, man. Of all the heathen nation as a whole, man. And after this is the our Lord, man, is gonna reign supreme, man. You know. So it says, and he said unto me, this is the interpretation of the vision. The eagle, see, you see how the Lord, it was a parabolic dream. He seen the eagle, man. You know, which that as a whole represents the Edomites, man. You know, because that's their pretty much that is their you want to say a mascot. You want to say it like that. The eagle is the mascot for the Edomites, man. You know, it says, the eagle whom thou sawest come up from the sea is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel. See, he said the same thing, man. You know, and it said it was a horrible vision. Why? Because this devil is one of the harshest, the harsh. Bear with me. You know, it says, and strong exceedingly, and had great iron teeth, it devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. So yeah, this beast was diverse, meaning its ways were different, pretty much than the rest of the beasts, man. And that's Esau Edom. Even he different than everybody that's on the planet. You know, even to his rulership, this is a totally different rulership on the earth, man. You know, even with the all the other kingdoms had a monarchy. You know, pretty much, but now under the vibration of this devil, pretty much you can vote who's gonna rule in, man. Yeah, I mean, there's no you want to call it a royal lineage. You can just vote some bundles of sticks and you know what I mean. You know, even though we know who these elites, you know, play behind the scenes. You know what I mean? But he was that. You see, it was known as a beast, man. Ain't just say, I seen a man. He was a very harsh man. No, it was compared to a beast, man. You know, that's why the angel broke it down to Ezra's. You know, this is the same. This is that kingdom that the brother Daniel's saying, man. You know. Now let's see. This is this Jeremiah. Is that it? Yeah, this Jeremiah 49 and 16. It said, Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, see, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. And yeah, that's how the eagle pretty much, he set his nest on top, man. An eagle don't put his, set his nest in the middle of the mountain or toward the bottom. No, he set his nest upon the top of the mountains, man. When which this devil is on top of the mountain, meaning he's in power right now. You know, America is pretty much that what you want to call it, a superpower, that nation that's on top of the rest of the other nations, man. You know, matter of fact, because I think that's in Job. Matter of fact, that this eagle, man, this is the one of the traits of the Edomites, because it's gonna go into the eagle. Matter of fact, these are the animalistic, and that's why you think these devils, they are so in tune with nature. You want to call it. They love to be outside. Why? Because they are beasts, man. You know, you go to Dick's Sporting Good or Academy, you got tents and you know what I mean, how to start a campfire and you know, all types of things, you know, to keep, you know, make these devils pretty much feel at home, man. You know, it says this is Job 39 and 27. It says, Doth the eagle mount up at thy command, and make her nest on high? She dwelleth and abideth on the rock, upon the crag of the rock, and the strong place. Now, that word crag pretty much means the tip of the rock, man. Pretty much the pointy top. You ever seen a mountain? Pretty much the top of the rock, man. With that rock goes, pretty much symbolizes the mountains, man. You know, which this devil is upon the crag of the top of the rock, man. You know, it says, from thence she seeketh the prey in her eyes, beyond afar off. See, so meaning what these devils pretty much is looking towards these other nations for resources, man. These devils go and go into these different other countries and rob them of their resources, man. That's the matter of fact. Let's get that in Proverbs. She's bowed not at home, because that's what these Edomites do. They got the eagle eye, you want to call it, by the way of they got these different satellites. They can see, you know what I mean, sit down in somewhere in Washington in a computer room. You got some nerd with double bifocals, you know what I mean, spine. though pretty much, and as you can see, it's called she. You see how it's not going to say America, man. You know. Oh, no, I said Babylon is take balm for her pain. You see how Babylon is known as a woman. You know, it's nothing but dark sayings and parables throughout the scriptures, man. You know, and the Lord using animals, you know, to compare it to a nation of people. You know, that's nothing foreign, man. Jake still do it today. You know, Jake even he'll call himself a dog. He a dog. You know, why is that? You know, that's just hey, that's you know, we are Israelites. You know, the Lord, He's the ultimate Jake, so He's gonna how we talk, we speak lingo and dark sayings, like saying what's up. That's a dark saying. We're not asking what's literally up. We ask you how you doing, man. You know. So this is nothing foreign, man. You know. So it says she abided not in her house. You see, it says she verse 29 again, Job 39:29. From thence she seeketh the prey in her eyes beyond afar out, meaning what they look towards these other nations to for their resources. You know, it says her young ones also suck up blood, and where the slain are, there is he. See, so the young ones suck up blood, yeah, because it's just like that eagle does, pretty much go and hunt his prey and take it back to the nest while you got the little chicks, you know, the devouring the kill, pretty much. You know, and that's what happened. That's why you got a lot of fat Americans, and they tell you, yeah, we support our troops. Why? Because they're the ones that you know, that got your PlayStation and your Doritos on deck, man. You know, because this military power. That's why everyone here in America is at ease, because they believe that those that they're never going to go down. You know, they're like the eagle is proud. They the highest flying bird. You know, and they even pick on other birds, man. You know. Let's see. Matter of fact, because let's see. Bear with me. Let's get that in Obadiah, because I think Obadiah says the eagle. Oh, Obadiah said that the Edomites are the eagle, man. Let's get that. Bear with me. Okay. Alright, yeah, this is Obadiah. I started at 3. It said, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And yeah, that's the eagle, man. The eagle is the one that's always looking down. And that's what these devils do. You know, they feel like they're never going to get taken down. You know. But guess what? You in slippery places, man. See, once you on the top of the mountain, there's no room for error now. And as you know, you can see, you have no understanding, man. It's pretty, you know, after a while, man, the Lord is about to throw you these Edomites down, man. You know. Why? Because these devils is out. There's no balance with the Edomites. You know, everything is left hand wickedness, man. You know, so there's no other way. You know, say what goes up must come down. Well, that's talking about you Edomites, man. You know, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, see, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. See, and you have such a nest, you have space stations, you know, in the heavens, man. And also, you know, these different satellites, they can look at you from the heavens, man. You got some nerd, you know what I mean? Got the whole set of pencils. You got the pencil pocket and all of it. You got each type of pen and pencil, and he's on the computer spying on you, man. How you think that like Google Maps and, you know what I mean, and GPS and all that. You know, these devils have spied on you from the stars, man. You know, but the Lord said He's going to bring them down. But as you can see, it said He exalted Himself as the eagle. The Edomites exalt themselves as the eagle, man. And that's one of the traits of the devil, man. Is the eagle, you know. Let's see. Let's get this in Psalms, matter of fact, because also he's known as a lion as well. You know, because of just a lion pretty much represents power, man. You know, and the Lord called him a lion because how he hunts as well. See, this devil is pretty much an ambush predator. You know, he sets up different snares and traps. You know, just so we can get close enough, then he strikes. Just like a serpent. A serpent just don't go out and let itself be known and then bite you. No, he waits till you in his vicinity, you know, and then he hits you with that venom, man. And sometimes you get bit with that venom, and then he'll let you go about your way. But after a while, it kicks in, and now he coming to devour you. You know, you got a bill that you missed, and you thought you got away with it. But guess what? This devil got something in the mail. You thought he'll never find your address, but this devil, he find it, man. You know, your number changed. Well, somehow he got it. You know what I mean? So this is Psalms chapter 10. And I start at 9. It said, He lied and wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lied and wait to cast the poor. He doth cast the poor when he drive him into his net. And yet, this is how these Edomites do. They lie secretly. They crouch the way you can't see them, man. That's like you will watch these different lions documentaries. They in the savannas with the tall grass, and they duck and they crouch it. And they lie and wait secretly, meaning what you is pretty much it's not being known what's going on. By the way, these different laws and legislations that are being passed pretty much against Israelites, man, against us, man. You know, and you know, one, like I said, once, because a lion pretty much is it's not just gonna jump out there and say, you know. A lion is going to wait till it gets into its vicinity, you know, and strike when it's time, when it's due time. That's why its kill rate is so high. You know, that's why its kill rate is so high. Why? Because it's not going to just come out with it. It's going to. That's how these devils do it. These secret councils. You know, what shall we do next? What law should we pass next? So once these devils make these things happen, guess what? It's going to be pretty much effective. You know, it's going to be efficient. I'm going to say it like that. You know, it says, and it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, because they are the sword of the Lord, man. It's not these Edomites that's doing it. It's really the Lord using these Edomites as the vessel. You know, it said He croucheth and humbleth Himself, that the poor may fall by His strong ones. And that's how a lion is. That's how a lion is. Or even, let's just say, if you even got a cat. Well, a cat, when it crouches and it's about to pounce, it look like it's about to sit down, or it look like it's sitting down. And you don't expect it, that its hind legs is ready to leap. That's how you see a lion, when it's crouching, and it look like it's humbling itself, or it look like it's sitting down, is pretty much is getting its legs as springs to pounce, man. And that's how this devil does. You know, that's how this Edomite do. Matter of fact, it says, He said in his heart, the Most High had forgotten. He hid his face, He would never see it. See? And the Lord, He is seeing this. This is the snare that the Yahweh Shema Shai put the Edomites in. They think that they're going to devour the children of Israel, not knowing that the Lord is, putting them tally marks. You know what I mean? The scripture says you're going to be the scroll of missiles. So guess what? It's a certain amount of wickedness that you're going to do to deserve it. And that's why these Edomites think ain't nothing going to happen. Because it ain't nothing happening yet. But it's a certain measure that has to be filled up. You know, which they're gonna they hey man, we there, man. We in that season where anything can happen now, man. You know, any hour. You know, let's just say if you even took a nap for 2 hours, man, you'll miss down there anything. You know, because we in that time. You know, so this is Psalms 58, and I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 3. It said the wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. See, and are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ears. See, you see how the Lord compared this devil to a snake once again. You know, this poison is talking about these different philosophies. You know, which once you get injected with that, you're gonna die. That was pretty much the serpent bit Eve was these different philosophies, man. Like I said, some venom. This devil, he clings onto you and it got you, but some he'll bite you and let you go and just follow you to that venom kicking in, man. These are the traits of the Edomites, man. You can't see if you can't see that these are the Edomites in the Bible. It just wasn't meant, man. It just wasn't meant for you to get it. But matter of fact, because a lot of people are still gonna be playing with this serpent even to the end, man. What is that? Is that Ecclesiastes 12? Let's see. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, "Who will pity a charmer that has been with a serpent, or any such as come now wild beasts?" See, you see. That's talking about the Edomites, the serpent or a wild beast. The Edomites are a wild beast, man. You know, and once you get attacked, because you know you gotta understand when that covenant with man and beast is not in play right now, man. So you can't just pick up a serpent and not get bit, man. You know, play with a you know what I mean? You playing with a king cobra, and you don't expect not to get bit. You know, if you come because like a lion, because Esau known as a lion as well. If you turn your back on a lion, you get so at ease that you turn your back on any type of big cat. Guess what? They get in their stance. You know, and that's how the Edomites are, man. That's why you know, you said that why John Paul said never trust thy enemy. And we know who our enemy is now, man. So-called white man. That's why I said beware of him. Take heed, cautions, meaning what? Don't turn your back on this guy. You always gotta pretty much be cautious around this devil, man. Watch his every move. I ain't saying like you go to Walmart and you watch every Edomite. No, that just means being in this system and things that he's gonna, such as that chip. That chip is gonna be made to be what's the word? Bear with me. Well, I'm gonna say they're gonna pretty much push it to make your life easier. I just say it like that. They're gonna put glitz and glamour on the chip, man. You know, so you gotta watch this devil because he's meant to overthrow you, man. You know, so it says so this back in Psalms 58 and started 4 again. Said that poison like the poison of a serpent, they're like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers. Charmer never so wise, meaning what they're not hearkening unto the prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shah. They're refusing the prophecies. And as you can see, a snake don't have no ears, man. You know, so there's nothing you can say to get to pretty much convince these Edomites, because you really can't convince no one. You know, it's only Yahweh Shemel Shah that's going to get an increase. You know. But the point is that these devils not going to get it. They're going to refuse to bow down, man. That's why they are known as the eagle. They're proud. They proud, and they see on top. They don't see nothing above them. You know what I mean? That's why they say the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? They don't see nothing but them. They look down on everybody else and think that they're not going to go down. But Yahweh Shah got them in the quagmire, man. You know? Verse 6, it says, break their teeth, O Most High, in their mouth, break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. And what is this talking about? That's talking about these devils, man, and their military might. You know, that long as the young lion, meaning a lion in its prime, which pretty much represents power. You know, and the weapon of a lion primarily is his teeth, man. Primarily is his teeth, you know, which that's talking about the weaponry of the Edomites, which he says is going to break into his mouth, meaning what the Lord is going to use your own weapon against you. Like you all say, I've heard it say, I'm going to knock your teeth down your throat. Well, that's what the Lord is going to do by the way of having this devil, you know, using his own weapon against him by the way of these missiles here in America, man. You know? So, that's pretty much it, Aki, man. We know this devil is known as the eagle, that young lion, that serpent. You know, these are the different animalistic traits. These are the different traits that the so-called white man have, man. You know, and you know, the trait of a lion that just represents power. You know, the trait of a serpent is prudence, which, you know, prudence can be good or evil, man. And in this sense, dealing with the Edomites is in an evil sense, man. You know, they are cunning in a bad way. You know, when they say you can get Section 8, well, guess what? Your man can't be there, man. That's wicked, man. That's wicked. That's wicked as hell. Knowing Jake, you know what I mean, need help, man. They'll you know, set up Jake to compromise, man. But that's pretty much it, Aki, man. I hope it was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the positive elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect, to his word, not too favorite sincerity. DTA, Abba.